Good morning. Happy New Year. And welcome to today's show where it's all about crypto airdrops. I know it's a little bit of a technical subject for this morning. I know some of you are waking up and it's like, geez, I have a headache and what's going on today, if anything. But I'm excited for this new technology that's out there. And I've done a whole bunch of research and I'm trying to get up to date on some of the laws that apply to these crypto airdrops. First off, I wanted to start off with kind of the first question, which is what is a crypto airdrop? And the answer is it's basically a marketing ploy. A lot of these new NFT projects, these token projects, they need to get their token used. They need liquidity, they need it spent. So, one way to kind of get it going is to offer free tokens to people. Have an existing token that's being traded or being passed around between different investors, and then do a free offering of a crypto token. The attraction, of course, is wow, it's free money. And we're going to talk about some of the strings that are attached in a moment, but the attraction is that it's free money. The downside is that it could be worth nothing at some point in time. But what's good about it is it does help these projects get off the ground running and start doing something, hopefully, if they're a valuable and a worthwhile project that will add value to society. So, like we talked about before, a crypto airdrop is basically a marketing stunt that involves sending coins or tokens to a wallet in order to promote awareness for that virtual currency. So the two purposes of crypto airdrops are one, spread awareness, which we just talked about, and also get people using that crypto token. The thought is that if people are using the crypto token, that it's going to rise in value over time. And of course, you can put two and two together. If you got free tokens and people are using these tokens, it's definitely going to rise in value and hopefully yield some good results for you. I will tell you this, that we'll talk about it in a few moments, but there's a lot of success examples. And we're talking about examples of airdrops and what we're going to talk about now, initial coin offerings that took place, in 2017. So this is all old stuff. You may be new to crypto airdrops, but this has been going on since, before 2014. So it's something we need to be aware of. It's something we need to be using because I think, like I told you before, it's free money. I want to take a moment to say hi to some people out here today. We got Richard Meeks. He is in Orlando, Florida. He is up from his Happy New Year's. If you get a chance, let me know how your New Year's went and what you do in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I'm actually here in Maui, and so we watch the fireworks off our porch. A lot of fireworks here. This is a firework place, I guess. We also have The Awakened, my man, Mr. Satan, rules on YouTube. He wants more YouTube talk, and I'm happy to do it. What you'll see in my content for the past 3-4 months has been shifting from the 2.0, the web 2.0 to the web 3.0. That doesn't mean that YouTube isn't important, but YouTube is actually web 2.0. I want to take you to web 3.0, where we're going to be watching YouTube on VR headsets, on AR, having much more immersive video that we can look around. And I want to actually teach you some of the legal rules that go along with that so that you're all protected, copyright, trademark, patent, and all those things, but also so that you're aware of some of these projects. Right now, we're kind of in the discovery phase. I'm bringing up all these different subjects that have legal rules attached, and I want to let you know about them. And then what we do is you take you through those rules. So yes, I love it that The Awakened is here. We got 10999. Hi, good morning. Happy New Year. We got Stanky Danko. Hey, Ian, what's up, guys? Hey, it's so good to have Stanky Danko here. Thank you so much for joining us. He is such a devoted fan of our community. We got Scully's House of Thrillers. I love Scully's. Hey, Ian, good to see you. We also got Thomas Yee. Happy New Year to you. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Thomas Yee is right there. Sorry. And then we got Sparky. Sparky's here. Happy 2022, everyone. Safe year to you. Ian, it's going to be a great year. I really have a lot of optimism. Yes, there's a lot going on in the world. Yes, it's difficult to travel. Things are changing, but I think things are changing for the good. And I'm just so excited about this new prospect of this Web 3.0, the Metaverse, and how to succeed financially. Because I got to tell you guys, sitting at home, worried about how you're going to make ends meet, You got to have your day job, but if you do things like what we're going to talk about today with these airdrops and these initial coin offerings, you can supplement your income, a couple thousand here, 10,000 there, and it'll really help you out for doing virtually nothing. So thank you guys for joining us today, especially on a New Year's Day. I know it's kind of a odd time to be talking about crypto airdrops, but we're going to do it. We're moving on to, like I said before, we talked about what a crypto airdrop is. It's basically free money as a means to get a project to get awareness about a crypto or an NFT project. And also, one of the main reasons why there are airdrops is because of initial coin offerings. So when a startup wants to issue a token, a coin, they create what's called a white paper. I'm sure you've heard of these. Basically, if you go to any big NFT project website, you can go into the About section, or there's lots of different tabs. Sometimes it just says white paper, and you click on that, and you will see the whole plan for the project. Obviously, the best projects have the most detailed plan. And this is how an initial coin offering is initiated. Basically, this plan says, has a whole bunch of stuff. It has the purpose of the project is how much money is needed for this initial coin, how many tokens the founders will keep, which is really important for the pump and dump scam, which we'll talk about later. What type of money will be accepted, and then more importantly, how long this ICO campaign will last. So how it works is the ICO creates a token, which is very easy to create. They have this white paper. And then there's this period of time where they have some initial investors who put their money into the tokens, into the money supply. And then they also have this period where they're running up to an initial coin offering, and they will do things like crypto airdrops to get people using their money. How it works is if they achieve the financial threshold in their white paper and the project is deemed successful, and then most of the time, the people who have the tokens are going to gain money value from that successful project. As the project gets more successful, of course, as the tokens are limited, so scarcity applies, the crypto value goes up, and the investors benefit from that. If the project is unsuccessful, then generally with all ICO projects, and I want to say the best ICO projects, the money is returned. So it's kind of like a hybrid between a SPAC and a initial public offering. So what we want to talk about also is to kind of distinguish between an IPO and an ICO. With an IPO, you are investing in equity in a company. There's intrinsic value to you with a public offering share. Now, when you move into the ICO, the financial incentive is different. You're investing in an existing money supply. So a good example, and I saw this online, so it's not my example, is let's say you knew a guy who was going to build a casino. And he said, listen, I'm going to build this casino. And you go, okay, do you need money for the build? He goes, no, don't invest your money in the build. I'm going to build this casino. I got the resources for that. I want you to invest in the chips that we're going to use at that casino. And the thought is that if the chips correlate with the successfulness of the project, then those chips will rise in value. And if there's a limited amount of chips, that's the bet. So you're betting more on the value of the tokens for the project rising in value than you are claiming a portion right in the business's cash flow or their profitability. So a lot of people like ICOs because technically what they're selling is not a security that's regulated by government agencies like the SEC. You're buying into the money supply. And so there's not a lot of regulation. Of course, there's downsides to that too, but there's upsides. And that is that you can freely be able to participate in a project that you believe in and have the token gain value. So it's these airdrops are a real good way to be able to participate, to support a project, and then really not have to pay much money, if anything, to do anything. So we want to talk about some of the success stories for ICOs and airdrops that are concomitant with those ICOs. Good example, if you were going to be involved in Ethereum back in 2014, they had an initial coin offering and each Ethereum was 67 cents. Check the price of Ethereum today. It's not as high as it usually is, but it's about 3,600. So if you were to invest, like $1,000 in Ethereum back in 2014, it would cost you $600. I'm sorry, if you bought 1,000 Ethereum, it would cost you $670. And if you did that, your $670 7 to 8 years later would be worth in the neighborhood of $4 million. So that just shows you how an initial coin offering can really benefit you over time. These airdrops can make you money in the short run as more and more people use the money, but they can also make you money in the long run, so long as you pick the right project to support. And today we're going to talk about how to pick those projects. But I really want to kind of show you what the value is of an airdrop in general. There's other plentiful examples. There's Dragon Coin that I think started in, I want to say 2018. They were able to raise $320 million in investments in their tokens, and it paid tenfold back to the investors in that token. EOS, which I believe was a project from last year, they were able to raise $4 billion, and the crypto token took off and made their investors a lot of money. Now, how are airdrops that are related to ICOs promoted? The answer to that question is generally it's kind of we're in the old school days now. It's usually a website or some sort of crypto forum that you're involved in. So when I've talked in the past about lives, and I've said, listen, you got to get on Discord, you got to get in Telegram, certainly got to get on Twitter. These are the places where you can gather the information to get access to this free money. If you are participating in the Discord community, if you are following people on Twitter that do research themselves, most of the time people share information on crypto airdrops for free. It's like there's a large supply of the airdrop. There's a limited drop per person, so they're not really motivated to keep it a secret because they're only going to get 100 of Tezos or whatever they're going to get. So you'll see a lot of people sharing money about airdrops, and then frankly, it's in people's interest to want to spread the airdrop because they want more people using the money. So while the aggregation of ICO information and airdrops is not where it should be right now, you can do it yourself. And I'm going to show you some ways also to make it a little bit easier for you. So let's move on to the next slide here. So we talked about Ethereum, and then let's talk about how you are going to get your airdropped tokens. So I would say 5 main ways to be involved in these airdrops. And let me just talk about the mechanics of an airdrop. We'll go into like requirements for a specific project in a minute, but the bottom line is an airdrop is someone tells you about it and there's a URL link somewhere. And basically you go to that URL link and then there's a set of instructions that you've got to follow. Oftentimes the instructions say, listen, if you you fill out this form and you do a tweet about our project and you tag 3 other people, then you can claim, hooking up your wallet to this location, free tokens. In 7 days, we'll deposit 1,000 tokens of whatever the project is. So that's the logistics. Basically, it's like clicking a URL, doing some sort of action that usually promotes the coin, and then having it automatically transferred to your wallet. Now, the things you can do to get these airdrops, sometimes it's just absolutely free. It's like click here, sign up, hook up your MetaMask wallet, and these tokens are coming your way. Sometimes it's that you have to own a certain amount of the token that they are promoting, or another token like Ethereum. Maybe they want people that are already involved in the crypto market, so you have to have at least 1 Ethereum in your wallet, and then they'll transfer it. Sometimes, like I talked about, they'll require you to do a social media post or multiple posts. You got to do something on Instagram, you got to do something on Facebook, you got to do something on Twitter. Sometimes they require you to write a blog post. You're going to get 1,000 of this coin if you write a blog post that really talks about the virtues of this particular token. And then sometimes it's like, listen, we want to build a community. So in order to get this free airdrop, to get this free money, you got to contact this guy at this, email this guy and talk to him about what your thoughts are about the project. Try to build up a relationship, join the Discord server, those kinds of things. So usually when I talked about before, this free money that comes with crypto airdrops, it's not really free. There are strings attached. Sometimes they are free, but most of the time there's some like you got to do something to be able to get it. But if you're good with that, you can really benefit thousands. There's a guy online who just recently did a video about his airdrops. And I think in the past 6 months, he's made $10,000 from airdrops. And we're not talking like hundreds of airdrops. We're talking like 3 airdrops. He was able just to follow a couple people on Twitter that said, oh, this airdrop is coming. He was able to participate. And then because of the success of the projects, the crypto rose in value. He took the crypto, converted it back to Ethereum, was able to, go on Coinbase or whatever and convert it to US dollars. And in a span of about 6 months, he made $10,000 just from free money. I mean, there was no initial investment. So it really can happen. I want to spend a minute here to see if we got any more questions that I got to talk about. Okay, we got Mr. Bagia is here. Happy New Year 2022. You too, Ian Corzine. Good to see you. Yeah, 4 mil. Absolutely. $4 million today. If you invested in Ethereum in 2014, you invested $670, you would have 4 million in your bank account right now. And that's with the existing valuation of Ethereum. So that's 7 or 8 years. That does tell you that's a long time to wait for your return on investment. But think about it. It was $670. And granted, you don't have all the money in the world, but if you invested that and really believed in it, and all the indications were that Ethereum was great because it's a programming language as well as a token, you're making some good money. So anyway, Tom Nash is here. Tom, thanks for joining us. Love your lives, love your videos. Thank you for joining us. We also got, let's see who else. Callie Maid is here. Copper Launch is the easiest launch pad out there. I'm going to check out Copper Launch. I'm not familiar with it. Thank you. Hell Rio is here today. Last time I checked my Binance account, I got 40 Nervous airdrop. Nice. Nervous costs around 0.2 cents, 0.02 cents. Not so lucky like those airdrops that go to the moon. Yeah, Hell Rio. I want to make sure that I'm not leading you down the primrose path to losing money or losing time, because airdrops usually are free. Most NFT crypto projects fail. They absolutely do. So this is going to be on you to do some sweat labor to try to find the projects that will succeed. And maybe what ends up happening is, of the 10 airdrops that you get, one really does well, but that's just kind of the process. It's kind of like airdrop mining. So if you're already invested and enjoy kind of researching projects and seeing the future of the metaverse, then it's kind of second nature. It's just like, okay, oh, there's an airdrop. I better put it up my calendar. And actually, there are websites out there that provide a calendar for live airdrops. And I'm going to show you one today. If you guys are liking what we're talking about today, Happy New Year. Please give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure people understand what crypto airdrops are throughout the world. There aren't a lot of videos on it. And so that's my point in putting together this live. So if you give me a thumbs up, then maybe more people will see it. So we got Grant Rennie's here today. That's a picture of old British £1 coins on there. They discounted them around 2011, and new £1 coins have a total a 2 metal construction. Well, that is awesome, Grant. I had no idea you knew so much about coins. That's awesome. Ron Colvin has a question. How do we find trustworthy people to get us started without getting scammed? So important, so important. Well, Ron, the first question is, what do you want to do? Are you looking to invest to make money, or are you looking to collect? Because I certainly can point you in the right direction. The best start is to look at some of Gary Vaynerchuk's videos. He kind of takes you from soup to nuts about getting a crypto wallet, and MetaMask is what he used. You can also look at my videos. I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, I did a video all about how to protect your NFTs and your crypto using what's called cold storage. There's a video, like it's about 2 weeks old. It's all about, it's actually a 22-minute video. I'm so sorry it's so long. But it takes you, how you create a wallet, how you get Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency into the wallet, takes you all the way through. So I'm happy to help. But I think the goal is for you to figure out what you want. If you're looking to invest to make money right now, then that's kind of a different subject matter. I mean, I think crypto probably is the best vehicle for that right now. And these airdrops are free money. So you could really make some money in this process too. If you're looking to collect, then you've probably got to have a lot of money. There's a handful of projects, NFT projects out there that are really gaining in value. Most are not. Most of the times, all the other projects are kind of 1 in a million shots, and everyone wants to be the top 10, Bored Ape Yacht Club and Crypto Kitties and all those kinds of things, and Crypto Punks. So if you want to do collectibles, that's more of a heavy investment. What I'm going to show you, which you may be excited about, and I am, because I'm all in on the virtual land thing. I think that virtual land, people go, oh, that's so stupid, walking around in this fake universe. But they're not seeing what virtual land is going to be. In my opinion, virtual land is going to be websites. It's just going to be the future of where we visit to see someone's product or services or entertainment. whether it be traveling in the VR and walking through their land, or whether it be just getting on their site from our laptops, whatever it is. I think that's the future. So I'm putting a lot of my eggs into the virtual land space, and I would love to help you with that. But again, it's fairly simple. You just got to start with using like a Coinbase account. Go to coinbase.com, start an account there, make a deposit of fiat currency. So maybe for you it's USD, and then be able to buy some Ethereum with that USD. Now, of course, you protect your Ethereum by taking it off the exchange and putting it in a wallet. Coinbase has their own wallet. MetaMask is another example of a wallet you can get. You can do that by just literally typing in MetaMask or the Coinbase wallet, and that's stuff that you can download on your phone. Sometimes they have a Chrome extension like MetaMask does, and then you save. It's kind of like a bank. You save your cryptocurrency there, and then you look at investment opportunities that, in my case, we're talking about virtual land, come about. The other part too to remember is that I'm going to bring you opportunities in the email. So if you ever would like to join our newsletter on a weekly basis, I'm going to provide you with opportunities, and just the ones that are good and that are the ones you need to know. I'm not going to waste your time with hundreds of potential opportunities. I'm just going to say, listen, I'm looking at these for investment. I'm looking at these for the future. This guy has an interesting project. And then you can make your own decision about whether you like it or not. But that's another way to get some information about how to make this money in this universe. Scully has got to get a wallet. I think I have 8 wallets now. But Scully, I think you'd start with MetaMask. Just do it. Watch my previous video. It's all about getting a MetaMask wallet and getting some Ethereum in it. Do that. We've got Snow Prince here. Happy New Year to you. So good. Wayne Lass is here. I love it. Perfect timing. Thanks, Wayne, for joining us. Happy New Year to you. Snow Prince says, you don't even reply to my message on Facebook or Instagram. Oh my gosh. Well, Snow, I would love to, but why don't you just tweet at me? That's the best way to do it. I will not lie to you. I am, with the exception of my Facebook group, I am not on Instagram that often. I'm kind of seeing it fading off. I'm really more interested in Discord, Twitter, Telegram, and those, and obviously YouTube, and those platforms. So sorry, I super busy, but sometimes I miss those Instagram messages. Oh, look at this. Wayne says no headaches because alcohol sucks. It's for losers. All right, Wayne just representing right there. I tell you, sometimes I'm by, but it's probably better not to. Okay, so Ron talked about the fact that he lives on $400 a month and would like to make a few bucks. Yes. Well, first of all, you got to make sure that your essentials are covered. This would all be discretionary income that you'd want to use for any crypto, NFT, virtual land investment. But you could play around, and I think it's kind of like the old days with the stock market. A lot of times when you're a kid, you don't have money, but you like to, you have a kind of a dummy fund where you track some stocks and if I would have invested $100, I would have had 110 in 2 weeks or something like that. So you can play around with this stuff and see where the best investments are. So we also got Creation Wolf. Happy New Year's. Good to see you. We also got Stanky Danko saying corporate marketing strategies will evolve into airdropping tokens to existing communities like apes, punks, cool cats for exposure to blue chip communities and their followers. Well, Stanky Danko absolutely has it right. As usual, that is exactly right. This airdrop concept has been around for a long time, but it's going to get nothing but more popular. What is more attractive than free money? So we're going to see a lot more of it. And let's get back to discussions about where you can find these airdrop opportunities, because that's the most important part. So we'll move on to that slide. So there's no easy answer to finding the airdrops that really can pay the bills and can make you some money. You really have to do the homework. That's what it is. And we talked about it before. If you're already interested in the area, it comes naturally. You're always looking for future projects online. You're participating in Discord communities. I participate in the NFT community Discord server. Encourage you guys to do the same thing. What's wonderful about this server is built up of mostly artists, not collectors. So these artists are really the people that are really trying to make a difference with their art. And it's so wonderful to be able to talk to them and see their passion. And then oftentimes, if you invest in their passion, that's the time when it's going to be valuable. So Discord, checking out the websites. There are airdrop aggregation sites, not too many. And I'm going to take you to one of them right now. I'm going to stop this share. Let's see if I can go to this one. And I'm going to show you one of the sites that I like to use. It's called CoinMarketCap. And I'll leave a link in the description section below. Let's just make sure that you can see my screen. Okay, good. You can see it. All right, so this website is called CoinMarketCap, and you can search. They have a calendar right here, which are live airdrops that are available for you right now to capitalize on airdrops. So view this site as kind of an aggregation of live airdrops, but there is no culling, there is no cultivating, there's no analysis that one project is better than the other. So this is more of a list. This is more of a calendar. What you would do at this point in time, and the second step to making money with airdrops, is to do some investigation of these projects. So I'm going to scroll through here. So we got let's see, we got Dogemon Go. We have 1 day left. Total airdrop is 25,000 NFTs. We got this one called Zombie World Z, which is available to 4,000 winners. They're giving out 200,000 ZWZs. That's a token. That would be an airdrop token. And we got 3 days left. So let's click on it so that we can kind of see what you get when you click on it. We get a full description of the project. We got website access. And then more importantly, we have the airdrop qualifications, how to participate. Hopefully you can see this on the screen. So Zombie World Z is upgraded and developed based upon the zombie idol defense, a successful and established game in the market. So this is a game token that you can airdrop for. And it talks about what is the value of the project. There's a game trailer that you would click on in YouTube to check it out. And then, of course, there's the white paper. It says right here, more info can be found on our white paper. So if you're analyzing this opportunity, one of the first steps is to go to that white paper, look at the developers. Who are the developers? Is the financing transparent? Is there a site? Is there a website where you can see the roadmap, where you can see where the funds that they're collecting are being used? Another key is see if there's an escrow wallet. A lot of these ICOs that are well-funded and also are really on the up and up have an escrow wallet for when you participate. They will hold those funds, and if the project succeeds, they'll use the funds for the project, and if it doesn't, they'll return those funds automatically pursuant to a smart contract. But anyway, so in order to get or to be eligible for this 200,000 in ZWZs, you have to it says here, add Zombie World Z to your CoinMarketCap watch list, and you click there to do that. You follow Zombie World Z on Twitter. That's the second requirement. You have to like and retweet this tweet and tag 3 of your best friends that love Zombie World Z. The tweet to be retweeted is available at this URL. Then you have to join Zombie World Z Telegram group by clicking here. You join Zombie World Z Telegram channel. You have to join the Discord group. You have to subscribe to the ZWZ YouTube channel. You have to like ZWZ on Facebook. Then you have to fill out this form right here and leave your Binance Smart address. And then it says within 7 days after the airdrop event is ended, ZWZ will select 4,000 winners from all the participants who have completed the tasks. Rewards will be distributed in 4 times to winners' wallets within the 7 working days after. So if you do all these tasks, you can be eligible for the ZWZ free tokens. And let's get this thing here, back here. So that's an example of what you do to get this free money. Basically, you publicize the project in order to be eligible for that money. Before you do that, though, I think it's really important. I mean, the first step is to find the projects, right? The second step is to examine carefully the projects, do your due diligence. And you got to make sure that the developers of the project in the white paper have clearly defined goals. This project for this NFT, this project for this business opportunity is clearly defined. One of the signals that an airdrop could be a scam is when they require a capital investment in order to have access to the airdrops. That's a no-no. If you ever get in a situation where you see an airdrop that requires you to invest money before you get the free money, then they're looking more that like this is a scam. So for me, I would never do an airdrop where there's a requirement of a capital investment, and I don't think you should either. There should be 100% transparency in the white paper and on the website For financing, we talked about this before. I always require that the project developers have experience. Have they launched prior tokens, ICOs? Do they have coding experience? Were they managers, product designers in different game token projects? Try to really investigate them. Where I spend a lot of the time when I do my investigation is go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn oftentimes has a lot of data on these people. And if the developers don't have data on themselves, I wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't get the free money at that point. What's important to me is that all potential airdrop companies have legal terms and conditions that are not only adopted, in other words, the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization that maybe forms this group, has adopted these legal terms and conditions, but also they're being complied with. And so what I try to do is I compare the roadmap to the terms and conditions, and I say, okay, they're following the terms and conditions, and so therefore this appears to be more up and up. I also want to evaluate my remedies. Am I entitled, if it's initial coin offering, to my money back? Or is this something where if I invest tokens and it succeeds or fails, I don't get any benefit? So I make sure to always read those terms and conditions. And then, like I talked about before, the best airdrop type projects have an escrow wallet that they hold the funds in. If the project succeeds, the funds get used for the project. If the project fails, the funds get returned to the investors. And then the third step, really, for identifying airdrops that you might want to be involved in is to avoid scams. And I'm going to switch my screen to this one. Oh, well, that's right. Stop that one and put this one on. Okay. So there are two main scams. The big scam that you hear about whenever you're online, you're watching videos about airdrops, is the pump and dump. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, the classic scam for these people is to create a token. It's very easy to create your own token. You hire a company or you hire a programmer, or maybe you can do it yourself and create a coin. And then what you do is you circulate that coin to your friends and your family. You get people to trade back and forth, do transactions with that coin, kind of up it in value. And then eventually you do some marketing. You do an airdrop. You publicize it with Facebook ads or something like that. And then you get the retail investor behind your coin. You get more retail investors who are maybe ill-informed, maybe greedy, buying your coin, making it more liquid. And then the value of this token will increase in price over time. And then eventually, when you get to this point where you think, it's probably not going to get much higher, these scam people then dump all their tokens and take the increased value as a profit, and they just walk away from the token project and leave you holding the bag. So it's not always possible to not get scammed. Like I said before, if you take it through those steps which I talked about, which is really analyzing the developers, making sure they have clearly defined goals, making sure you never invest to get free money, making sure that there's legal terms and conditions that are followed, and then looking at little key factors. Are the ICO funds going to be stored in a escrow wallet? And that could tell you if you're going to be the victim of pump and dump. I will say this: pump and dumps are not always obvious. There are times when you look at a project and it's not necessarily a pump and dump, but there's a reservation of a certain amount of tokens for the founders. And if the higher the reservation, 15% or higher, like 25% is reserved for investors or the developers, then you start understanding maybe this is more designed to pump up the value and have them dump it over time. You really want to find those projects that are legit. You want to find Ethereum. You want to find those projects that are going to do good in the world, add value, and are backed by not experienced people but big investors. The second scam that you may want to avoid, you do want to avoid, is called the dusting scam. And that is, if you ever get involved in these airdrops, you go through the directions about how to get the free money, and there's a requirement that a minimal amount of cryptocurrency be deposited in your wallet. This could be a dusting scam. And that is that sometimes these airdrops have, like, they deposit 100 Satoshis, which I think is, I think a Satoshi is 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin they deposit in your wallet, and they use this as a means of tracking, knowing who are these kind of maybe vulnerable investors. Sometimes even law enforcement uses the dusting scam. So just stay away from dusting entirely, and just do not participate in an airdrop where there is a requirement that they deposit a small amount of crypto. The only thing you should be involved in is when there's a large amount or a substantial amount of free money coming to your wallet. It should not be like, oh, we'll deposit a test Satoshis to make sure that your wallet is good, and then we'll deposit it later. No, don't fall for that. So those are the things that you should avoid when you are, identifying airdrop projects that could make you, money in the long run. I want to hit some comments here. Let's see here. Ala Din says, sir, any giveaways? No giveaways for today, but thank you for joining us today. We got Brain Beats here. Sir, what are the startup ideas for the metaverse? What are the ideas? I mean, there's so much. We talked about it in a prior live. Really, the thought is, if we're so early right now, a lot of it's going to be on you. What are some of the projects that are going to be successful in the metaverse? I think AR, augmented reality devices are going to be successful. I think those are going to be much more accessible to the general public than VR. You've, I'm sure, done VR. It certainly is fun for an hour or two at a time, but it is right now it's clunky. There are these big VR goggles, and it's not practical. So what are the companies that are investing in AR? There's 18 of them. We went go check out my live. I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. We went through those companies that are actually doing AR, and those would be good investments. Following those, if they're typical traditional companies, you can invest in their stock, or you should be on the lookout for maybe a coin drop. Maybe they're starting a token. There's word out there that MetaMask, which is one of the most popular wallets when you're doing NFTs, is going to be issuing a token soon. What does that mean? That means that you should get a MetaMask wallet. That means you should look into the MetaMask project. That means you should do some transactions on MetaMask. Maybe by you having purchased an NFT from OpenSea and then transferring it to the MetaMask wallet, that entitles you to an airdrop. And all indications are that MetaMask is not going anywhere. I mean, it is a very successful company. It's taken the wallet companies by storm. Everyone uses MetaMask as their beginning wallet. So the chances are a token will be very successful. So that's one area. Of course, think about Meta, Facebook. Meta is, their goal is to centralize the decentralized world. So I'm very skeptical of what their products are to offer, but they're a viable company. They've made a transparent commitment to spend $10 billion in 2022 on their metaverse properties. They have that Horizon Worlds right now, which is their own metaverse that just it's free to access, free to develop on. You can visit right now. I did recently, and it works just fine, and you can actually have really good conversations on it. So that's another area to think about and it's publicly traded company, so it's easy to invest there. Apple, we talked about it, I think last stream, is going to be coming out, we think, with their mixed VR and AR goggles in the summer of 2022. The thought is they're going to announce the product on May. And so Apple is coming with it. They're realizing that the cell phone is not the future for Web3. If you really think about it, it's kind of an antiquated device that we have to look at this screen, push the buttons here and there. When someday we're just going to have these AR goggles that'll allow us to perceive our real world and the VR world at the same time. We'll be able to take calls on it. We'll be able to do work on it. We'll be able to do dictation on it. And that's not too far off. So Apple is another area to think about. Really kind of envision what the future is. Read some books on the future. Watch The Matrix Resurrections. Don't watch that, by the way. That was a waste of 2.5 hours of my life. But no, do some research to find what is going to be the future for Metaverse. And I think you'll be well served, for sure. Yeah, Croatian Wolf says, getting my pen and paper. Well, thank you for doing that. Scully says, I can't wait to create my own coin one day. Scully, just please don't block yourself. Obviously, we all got to have some means, some money to be able to start some of these projects. I'm saving up for virtual land now. You might save up for creating your own coin one day. I totally think it's the right thing, whether it be a coin or a utility token. My video last week was all about utility tokens. So look at that video. I think utility tokens are the future of NFTs. NFTs are cool. The collectibles are cool. The art, you hear all these big multi-million-dollar sales. Oh, that's all great. But really the value of this is going to be the NFT tokens. You're not going to use tickets anymore. It's all going to be NFTs. There's going to be some sort of value besides the entrance to the event. And by the way, like I talked about in my video, you can do it right now. There's 3 different ways. You can pay the big bucks for a development company to create your own utility token, $8,000 to $10,000. You can go on Upwork or Fiverr, or a whole bunch of other ones. What's the other one? Guru, and find someone there for $1,500 to $2,000 to do some programming to get you your own token and get it on OpenSea right now. You can DIY it yourself if you just do enough. There's so much on YouTube right now about how to do this stuff. So right now, don't wait. It's 2022. We're at the beginning right now. People are asleep. They're waking up from their hangovers right now. Well, we're up and we're awake, and we want to take these opportunities while it's early. We're setting up on the wave. We're trying to get in these positions where we ride this wave a long way. And so let's all together do it. And I'm going to show you. My goal is to do as much research to find as many opportunities as I possibly can for you guys, so that if you have to live on $400 a month, that maybe you can derive some income of $1,000 more a month from just doing a little bit of research on the internet. So please, Scully, put it in your vision board for 2022 that you are going to create your coin this year, if not in the next 6 months. Save up some money and get it done. Oh, Wayne Lass is Reddit a good place to find info about airdrops? I think he set me up for a great hit there. I think it's a home run. Yes, Wayne, Reddit is a great place to find information on airdrops. And actually, what's great about both Telegram and Reddit is that you can do a search. This is how antiquated it is right now, or how elemental it is right now. You just search airdrop in Reddit, and you can pick up on conversations about future airdrops. So that's what I do with Telegram, and that's what I do with sometimes Discord. And what's also nice about Discord, I don't know if you guys, again, please start your own server soon. What's good about Discord is you don't have to be one of these guys that has a whole Discord that has thousands of members, and you have to have moderators and all this upkeep. You could just start your own server, certainly invite your friends if you'd like. But what's kind of neat about Discord is it allows you to derive information sources into channels on your Discord server. So if you join my Discord server, and I can put a link in the description, right now you can actually go to these various channels where I have NFT opportunities, virtual land opportunities. I'm soon going to start a channel about airdrops. And what's nice about it is I don't do anything. I just participate in other Discord servers, and then I go to their announcements tab or maybe their news tab, and I say, send this information to my Discord server at this channel. And so it automatically culls through. So if I want to see for the next week, what are the best virtual land opportunities, going to, Axie Infinity or Decentraland or any of those things, I don't go to those servers. I just go to my virtual land channel and I see those opportunities. And then I usually put them in the newsletter. So you can do the same thing. You can be a member of my Discord server and just tune in every day or every week to these new opportunities for airdrops, virtual land, NFTs, crypto, whatever it is. Or you can create your own server and do the same thing I'm doing, just so you have your own kind of, I'm looking at these projects. So I'm a member of these servers, and their announcement feed is feeding into mine. So I always have a kind of a list of new opportunities. So it is all out there for you to do it. You just got to do it. But Reddit's a good place also too. I think Discord is the place right now, but Reddit's certainly there. I love Reddit. Yeah, there is a Croatian Wolf. That would be your MetaMask wallet address. You could use that as the means to connect for an airdrop. Yeah, Scully's talking about this is the mechanics of the future. It is the mechanics of the future. I think we're going to see, a lot of times in the old days, it was like join my email list, and that's how I'm going to advise you of opportunities. A lot of times now, I think we're going to see more airdrops. People are going to say, just join my community by owning currency, and I don't care if you got in for free. I'm just happy that you own 100 of my Ian coin. And by the way, I know you have 100 of my Ian coins, so we're going to be able to include you in that community. You're going to be able to get the early announcements of NFTs that are created in our project. You're going to get announcements about, Ian just developed this 1x1 parcel in Decentraland. Come visit. And if you visit, you're able to get more coins, whatever it is. It's going to be the community connection. And what I love about it too, which is different than the whole kind of passive email list kind of process or a subscriber or follower process, is that it's going to be active. Your ownership or your participation is going to be monetized. Whether or not you got an airdrop for free or whether or not you actually invested your money, you're going to have 100 Ian tokens. So you're going to feel more invested and you're going to participate more in this community. I want you to have your own token. I want you to have your own utility token. That's going to have a more engaged community for your followers. I love YouTube. Don't get me wrong, but subscribers is old school, right? What you really want are investors. What you really want are people who own tokens in your business. So it's kind of like creating your own little stock market. So it's kind of cool. I love it. Yeah, Wayne Last says there will be a huge number of companies doing airdrops in the future. Absolutely. Like I said, this is what I predict is going to be the main community builder. And I also think that there's you always talk about the the gold rush in the 1800s of California, and the people who made the money were the people that sold the shovels. They weren't the people that were looking for the gold. Well, think about this. There is such an opportunity out there. If you're a web designer or someone who wants to create maybe a virtual piece of property with this information, to aggregate these airdrops. Like I told you, I gave you an example of the airdrop for ZWZ using CoinMarketCap, but it's not obvious to find this. I mean, I had to give you this link, and I'm going to put it in the description section so you have it. But what if you had a site where you charged $2.99 a month, and you just provided you did the research and you provided the most valuable airdrop opportunities for the next week? I mean, there's so much opportunity out there. I would love that. I would love a site that would actually do some of the initial research for me and then provide me with potential opportunities that are valuable. So that's another opportunity for you to get involved in this metaverse and make some money. It's just got to start up a website, do some research. Okay, we got my real name is made up. I like that. What if your name really was made up? Make sure not to click on links that are not official links in Discord or other links. Never give out your seed phrase. Oh, that is so important. So if you do jump into Discord, don't be afraid. Just don't DM and don't accept DMs. A lot of times there are scams out there. What people do is they impersonate other people or they impersonate projects, and they send you a DM and they say, airdrop, it's going to be in an hour, or the biggest one is they say, they'll say something like the sandbox land, which, right now you get sandbox land on the secondary market for $10,000 to $12,000. When they issue it, it's in the neighborhood of $4,000 to $5,000. But they'll say 1x1 parcels in the sandbox available for 1 ETH, or something like that, or half an ETH. Click here and hook up your wallet and pay this money, and you're going to get one. That's all through a DM, and most of those are fake. So I'm going to start up a Discord channel on my Discord server where it talks about the scams. So not only are we going to talk about virtual land opportunities and NFT opportunities, utility token opportunities, but also I'm gonna have a scam section, so it'll keep you up to date on that. I'll put it in the newsletter too. But yes, this is no better advice in the world. Being very careful about what you click on in Discord, and then of course, whenever you're asked for your seed phrase, that is a big indication that this is a scam, and don't do it. And what's we're referring to on the seed phrase is the actual recovery phrase for your wallet, which is oftentimes a string of words. It could be 24 words, 12 words, a whole bunch of different words. Keep that secret, write that down, put it in a safe. As I advised them on my previous videos, make sure the safe is fireproof, and that is your protection about being a victim of crypto fraud. We got Dream Catcher. I never pronounced this right. I'm so sorry. Just dropped in. Thank you so much for dropping in. I love it that you're here on this Happy New Year 2022. Yep, vet your links very carefully. Ian, I have done, have you done any videos about YouTube insurance in case of getting sued by companies? Not that I'm getting sued, but I heard some YouTubes get sued when they call out fake guru guys. Yes, I've done videos on that. So if you're starting a YouTube, if you have a successful YouTube business, that means you're making some money with AdSense revenue, or maybe you're making some money on projects or affiliate links, something like that. There is the potential that you could be sued at some point. The main threat would be a defamation cause of action against you. In other words, you said something false on the air and it caused someone damage. And so if that were the case, then you might want to invest, and that's what I advise my LLC people to do, in commercial general liability insurance, cyber insurance, or some combination of a policy that's geared to online business so that you can get that protection. What insurance protection provides in the liability context is a defense. In other words, the insurance will pay for your attorneys to defend you in any lawsuit. And because the insurance company pays for that defense, they understand that fighting a lawsuit all the way to the end, especially these days, it could be, I say 1 to 2 years. It's more like 2 to 3 years of process. That's going to cost them a lot of money to pay those attorneys. So sometimes they say, listen, if I can settle the case without paying all the attorney's fees, that way the case goes away. That's the value of having a defense. And then, of course, if you do go all the way to verdict and there is a judgment rendered against you, oftentimes the insurance covers that verdict or in settlement. So yes, I do. Commercial insurance varies by what kind of income stream you have. If you have a physical premises location, so many different factors. But if you just have an easy online business, it's really not that unaffordable. I mean, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for a policy that really covers you in case you do something wrong. I always advise on insurance. And what we're also seeing out there is insurance products for the metaverse. I did a video, I think I did a live a couple of weeks ago where I talked, I think it's First Insurance. I can't remember the name of the company now. The link is in the description there, but which is insuring your NFT purchases. Because that's another thing. It's like, some people are spending $250,000 on a picture, a profile picture. And so they want to have some insurance in case there's some sort of hacking, it's stolen, your seed phrase is gone. And so there's insurance products there. I'm going to spend more time once the industry is a little bit more filled out in the Web 3.0 space to explain these insurance concepts to you. But highly a fan of insurance. Generally, it's way cheaper to invest insurance up front and get the protection later on. So yes, thanks for teaming me up on that one. Let's see, we're here. We got Hell Rio saying, my son just got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and I'm amazed at how small the device is. If you could just get a curved version of the screen and use it as VR and get closer to the metaverse. Yep. Well, just look at that. I saw one on the plane. I was on the plane recently. And it wasn't a kid. It was an adult playing with his or her Nintendo Switch and having fun. That's great. That's, in my opinion, that's Web 2.0. But it's going to get way different. I really envision, especially when we start having Wi-Fi on planes more often, people are going to be on their VR sets on the plane, right? What better of experience? Sit down, forget about the fact that you're 29,000 feet in the air and be in a different world. So yeah, VR or AR goggles are just a year or two away before you're going to start seeing them on planes. So people are really going to enjoy, especially when there's difficult things going on in the real world, getting away. And I know I think Queen is maybe here or not. She always talks about the fact that no way, I'm not going to Web3. I think it's BS, and people are just going to waste their lives away. And I think that that's true. You have to bring a balanced approach to Web3. You have to appreciate the fact that all the value that is offered by augmented reality, virtual reality, and then also not spend your whole time doing it either. I mean, you go hiking in the mountains or something. So. Yeah, it's getting crazy. We got Funding Jim. Use hashtag PulseChain. Oh, so I wonder. Oh, okay. I don't know exactly what that is, but yeah, you could definitely find Ethereum gas fairly easily. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, good. All right, we got Mantis Lou. Hi, Ian. How may I join your Discord? Where's the link? I'll put the link in the description of this video. I apologize for not having it in there sooner. I should have thought about it before. But yeah, I'll put the link in. If you go to my About page on YouTube, on my channel, you can find it there. If you join my email list, you're going to have access to it. On my email list, I have a link to the Discord server. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else that I have links. I mean, website has links. But I'll just after this, just come back to this video after it's put up, and then you can click on the link. Also, guys, be sure to join my email list. We're looking for things that cull through opportunities, only the best opportunities for you. I'm doing the research. I have the means to be able to do the research. I'm blessed, thankfully, to have some time to be able to do some of this research. Why not? You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You do the research, I do the research. Why don't we work together? So if that's the case, I'm going to send you emails with my research in them every week. And then I'm not telling you to invest in this or not invest in that. I'm just going to say, these are the opportunities that I'm looking at as being legit. Look at them too and see if you want to be involved. you can rest assured that if I've gone through a project, I've not only read the white paper, I've went through the legal terms and conditions, I've done research on the web for the developers. I'm not going to waste. I've already lost enough money. I'm not going to waste money on projects or airdrops that are a waste of your time. So I'm not guaranteeing the success. Most token projects, most NFT projects get reduced in value or fail. They do. It's just the nature of the beast. But if you join my email list by clicking the link that's down there right now, you're going to get, a list of 10 opportunities that week that you can look at and go, this is good. Maybe we'll check these out. So make sure you do that. And I'll put the Discord link in there too. Oh, I love this 10999. Airdrop is the world SEO. Yes. So smart. See, this is the kind of thinking that I want you guys to have. 10 is extremely intelligent. Yes, let's think about these things. Let's just sit down for a moment, spend 15 minutes and think about what the future is going to offer. And how are they going to get people into projects? Free money. I mean, it reminds me of back in college, free beer. I mean, what better a enticement than free money? So if they're enticing you to get involved, is that a good concept that you could use for your own community? And I know you guys, you want to offer value. You're not there to scam people. But if you say, listen, if you do these things to market my project, I'm going to give you 1,000 Scully tokens. That really is going to motivate people. And that's going to cause people to be involved in a community and be invested, stake invested. So yes, I think that over time, right now we're in this search culture, you Google it. Well, it's not going to be that way forever. It's really not. I mean, at some point in time, either things are going to be done through voice, or they're going to be done through the metaverse, and they're going to be done kind of like they did in the old days. They have billboards. You're going to be walking through Snoop Dogg's world, and you're going to see an advertisement for Ian Corzine, creator lawyer or whatever, and you're going to click on that and you're going to check it out. That's going to be how it is. So yes, airdrops are kind of the future of SEO. I love what she's thinking about. Hel Rio says, speaking about scams, if the promoter is a YouTuber, that could turn into a scam. Yes, I mean, Hel Rio, I want to tell you there's plenty of scams out there, and I really don't want you to fall for it, and I also don't want you to be under the impression that everybody has a good purpose. The metaverse has just as many bad actors as there are bad actors in the real verse, So you got to be aware of it. That's why I talked about, finding the projects, finding information from trusted sources, finding it from me, finding it from people on Twitter. I have a good Twitter follow. There's a guy named Darren Lau, and it's Darren spelled DARRENLAW. Go to Twitter and follow him. He's kind of like me. He loves airdrops and he loves doing research. And so if you follow him, you will benefit from his research. There's one, I think it's in September, he posted all the different projects that he's following that have not announced an airdrop yet. So it's before the calendar. Once it's on the calendar, then it gets saturated. But it's before, and those are the ones he's following. And he allows you to click on the link, and you can follow him and take benefit from his research. So Darren Lau on Twitter, if you want to have kind of pre-cold airdrop opportunities, I would follow him. Let's just see here. Yeah, Wayne, that's funny. Zany Zara, Happy New Year, Ian. Big hug from Zany Zara. Thank you so much. Big hug to you. Let's see here. Ian, when are you doing an airdrop? Well, I'm not doing an airdrop for a long time because I don't have a desire to have a token right now. What I'm really more focused on are virtual land. I think that there's one guy out there who's trying to become the virtual land landlord. He's like, I don't want to build my land. I don't even want to visit my land. I want to own the land so that I can rent it out to developers. And so his goal is to find land that's the closest to the biggest, name brands and opportunities and big stars, and then be able to hold that land and then rent it out when people need it in the future. So I like that concept too. While I love doing my YouTube channel, I also like being a little bit behind the scenes. So I probably won't be doing that. However, I will say this. I have not foreclosed the opportunity of me doing a utility token to bring the community together at some future time, not to extract any money, but just to have a better stake and have a connection to you and have future opportunities. I talked about in a recent video about utility tokens, Gary Vaynerchuk. A good example of using utility tokens to grow his community. Not only do the tokens that he issued, which are types of NFTs, increasing in value. Last time I checked, the bottom floor for the secondary market for VFriends, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's utility tokens, is 6 ETH. So, $24,000, $22,000. I mean, that's pretty expensive. When they were issued, a lot of people were paying 1 ETH. So not only have the token increased in value, but also when you are a holder of the token, you get to go for free in person to the VCon that's going to happen for the next 3 years. So these utility tokens have a lot of future value opportunities. It's not as simple as just being on an email list and getting an email about these future opportunities. It's like, if you guys have the Ian utility token, so to speak, I'm going to be able to connect with you and say, oh, here's another whitelist opportunity. Here's another airdrop opportunity. This is where I'm going. Come to this seminar. I just heard from this influential person that this is happening, and we'll all be able to be in that community together. So I think utility tokens are the future of tickets. They're the future of connecting with your community. So that I definitely will do that. Yeah, Wayne Lass is a really good point. Well, the purpose of the difference on coins, and we talked about the initial coin offering in the beginning of our program here, is to have people invest in the coin supply, the token supply, and if there's a limited amount of tokens that are scheduled in the white list, or sorry, the white paper, then the purpose is to get people invested in that. And so there will be more demand over time because there's the value of the project. And so the value of the token will rise over time. It's kind of a different financial concept than we're used to, where we're just, hey, I have a new company. You want to give me $100 and you have a 1% share in the profits? No, it's different than that. It's investing in the monetary supply. And what's kind of enticing about it is that it's easier to make money if you have a successful project. Especially with an airdrop, you're getting free coins and you're just benefiting from the increased value coins for free. So, and even if you're not, let's say you're paying $1 a coin. Ethereum is the perfect example. When you bought into the ICO there, you were paying 67 cents for an Ethereum token. Now you're getting 3,600, probably 4,000, maybe people say 9,000 at the end of the year for a token. So there's a real upside if you are involved in the right projects. And I just keep on emphasizing it. You got to be involved in the right projects, got to find a trusted source, got to do your homework to find what are the right projects, examine the projects, and then understand that most 9 out of 10, maybe 99 out of 100 NFT projects fail. So you're only going to get home runs every now and then, but those home runs have the potential to pay large benefits. So that's kind of the purpose for the coins. And then Wayne also says, what is the purpose for everyday people to have their own token? Like I said before, Wayne, the purpose is to be able to build community. I would encourage you to visit the VFriends website, to visit the Impact Theory website. You can use these as models for your own tokens. Look at these websites and look at the benefits that are bestowed for owning an NFT or a utility token in these environments. And then you can just use it. It's like a blueprint for your own business. That will explain to you the value. There's not too many people out there with utility tokens. It's a new concept. So it could be something you should look into. And the bottom line is, what's so nice is that once you create that token by using a developer on Upwork, let's say, then you have these tokens on the open market, on OpenSea as a secondary market. So it's once it's up, it's going. And then what's so great is these people are monetarily invested. So like I said in the video, they're hot leads. They're looking for opportunities from you. So they're going to read your emails. They're going to participate in community discussions. They're going to participate on Discord. So it's a real good way to kind of turbocharge your community. So there's a real value to it. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it, and I think that you should too. So that is kind of what we've talked about today. We talked about airdrops. We talked about initial coin offerings, kind of a beginner's talk about those type of concepts. So what's the takeaways? The takeaways are jump on the email list so I can give you opportunities about airdrops coming up, about virtual land coming up. I think you should join my Discord server, but also join the Discord servers of these big projects you're following. If you're in Virtual Land, Decentraland, the Sandbox, Axie Infinity, they all have Discord servers. Go on Twitter, participate on Twitter, find the people that are actually doing the research that you can follow, and then do your own homework, and then get benefit from these airdrops over time. So that is what I wanted the beginner session on this Happy New Year 2022. Welcome to the new year. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun. It really is. I know there's lots of stuff going on in the world, but let's just focus on what we can control, and that is how we can set ourselves up for this Metaverse wave, how we best set ourselves up. And then guess what? There's money to be made. So thank you for joining us. Watch this next video. I'm going to talk about MetaMask wallets, how to get started on Coinbase. I'm also going to talk about some of the legal issues that you should be aware of in crypto and NFTs. All right, I'll see you next week.